Hi, y'all. Welcome back. This is Housing Houston. I am your co-host, Kayla Ewald with First American Title.
And I'm Sarah Lerner with Real Vest Property Management. I'm excited to be here today.
We are so excited to have you on our podcast. And we have two special guests today. We have Jay Floyd with Charm City Entertainment and Robert Haas with Bumblebee Blinds. We are so happy you guys are here. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Good to see y'all. Thanks for coming on. So let's start off. Let's hear a little bit. You both own your companies. Can you give us a little bit of backstory about who you are and what you do and how you started the company? Jay,
Sure.
You want to go first?
I'm Jay, Charm City Entertainment, and we've been in business since 2014 officially. My background is in entertainment, so it's only natural I made the transition into helping other people entertain as well.
Okay, so I have to ask, your background's in entertainment.
Yes.
What?
Uh-oh.
Say
Uh-oh.
what? You gotta know.
Uh-oh.
My
I've got
background
pictures
is
in my head.
actually in satellite,
Okay.
Oh,
so
cool.
TV entertainment.
Okay, nice.
So I've always been around music and entertainment, so
That's perfect.
I just love to help other people entertain.
That's
So what
awesome.
all do you, when you say entertainment, give us more. What all do you do?
Well, we help by helping clients with choose sound systems, any type of TV displays they may need, or pretty much just help them to understand what they need to be able to entertain however they do, for friends and family, for different events, fight parties, Super Bowl parties, things of that nature.
Nice.
So do you do more of like a custom setup for a one-time thing, or is it more like, hey, we've moved into this home, I have all these cables, I don't know where they go?
Yeah.
Because I've lived that.
Well,
I live that now.
well, we're a one-stop shop, so
Okay.
we're pretty much able to design stuff from the beginning, or we can take what you have and kind of customize that. So we're 100% custom for the most part, but we're a one-stop shop, so we have all the answers.
And you do residential and commercial, correct?
Correct. We in the residential and commercial space.
Okay, so if you need mounting of TVs or if you need to go in there and do a full-blown entertainment system with speakers and whatnot, you do all of the above.
Correct.
Cool. Well, we're excited to ask you more questions. Robert Haas, welcome to the stage.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thank
Yes,
you both.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure. I'm the owner of Bumblebee Blinds. We've been in business for 2 years. It's a fairly new franchise. We serve all of the greater Houston area. And what we do is we offer window treatments. And that is basically anything that will cover your window, both on the inside or even out on your patio. That includes shutters, blinds, shades, drapery, Romans, you name it,
awesome.
we got it.
I love it. And how long have you been in business?
We've been in business just a little over 2 years now, and my background is actually in transportation and logistics. I was doing that for about 25 years, the bulk of it overseas, and kind of the rationale for getting into this was obviously to help people, spruce up their homes, but also to stop traveling and see my kids a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we
it's
understand that.
kind of a win-win.
So your wife is happy now.
She's happy, and
Good.
she's actually currently overseas with my
what?
kids. So
Nice.
So you came home and she left. Wait.
yeah, kind of. No, she left for about 5 weeks with
That's
the kids to
awesome.
try to get out of the heat for a bit. So.
Nice.
That's awesome. Well, very cool. So I'm curious. We didn't script this, but I'm wondering if I did one thing. Like, what's your favorite thing that you sell? Like, what makes you excited when you?
To be honest, I really like the outdoor motorized patio shades.
Oh, yeah.
And what these do for the patio, Houston is very hot, 9-10 months a year. It allows you to basically block the sun's glare, block the pollen, block the bugs, and basically it allows you to utilize that space year round. A lot of people will put an air conditioner out there, and with the screens, it just kind of it makes you feel comfortable. You're not getting bit by mosquitoes. And then somebody like Jay comes in and puts a nice TV out on that patio, and you can roll those things up and down, and they can be up to 30 feet long just for one. So
That's awesome.
and they do increase the value of the home.
Oh, no
when
doubt.
people want to move in, they look for stuff like that. So.
Absolutely.
They really do, and I think it makes your whole house feel bigger if you can extend that living
Right.
space outside. I know we live outside, but the mosquitoes do too,
Yeah.
and so
Mosquitoes do too. Yeah.
so I'm really interested in
You're
And
a
I've even
potential
noticed
client.
our neighbors have on their front porch, they have the shades going down.
Yeah, it can be front porch or patio.
Yeah, so
people do
if the
both.
sun's
Smart.
hitting in, they put the shade down, and I'm like, we need that. So let's talk, because Robert did our entire house, and it looks so beautiful. So thank you.
And there's
Yes.
numerous different options on the colors and the tracks, and how much light you want to let in. If you want 100% privacy, or
fun.
just a little bit light coming in, so you have all those different choices.
What's the turnaround time you need? Because, and I'll tell you why I'm asking, because I think it's so important when people are getting ready to sell right now,
Right.
to have the wow factor. And I'm coming back to you to ask the same thing next. But when you're getting ready to sell right now, it's obviously a buyer's market. Homes are sitting. We're looking for those opportunities of things that make it stand out. But a lot of times, by the time like us or other realtors are getting in there, they're like, okay, I want to list tomorrow. And you're
Right.
like, well, you need to do some things first. And
Right.
so what should we expect, and how far back should we plan?
Ideally, you should allow yourself 5 to 6 weeks,
Okay.
just to make sure everything. Basically, what happens in our business is that different times of year things are busy, and we deal with multiple manufacturers. Right now, we could get you those large screens in about 10 days.
Oh, nice.
But just to allow that extra breathing room to feel comfortable. Sometimes things are out of our control, where you'll get a track will arrive the wrong color, you have a wrong spring, and it has to be reordered, and it will add another 5 to 10 days to it. But if you have the time, give yourself an extra couple weeks, because that'll
That's awesome.
alleviate a lot of stress.
Very cool.
And what about you, Jay? What's the turnaround time whenever they're getting ready to sell and they might need to spruce it up before they put it on the market?
I mean, if the client is ready, our turnaround time is usually 2-3 days. Worst case, that's if it's something large.
Okay.
So turnaround time, we don't really have much of a long turnaround time unless it's something special we have to order. But for the most part, everything's in stock, ready to roll. So it doesn't really take us long at all. Once the customer understands what they want to do, we can just get busy.
And you have a showroom, right?
Yes, we do
And-
have a showroom. It's in Rosharon, and you're pretty much able to come by, check it out, and press some buttons.
And what about you, Robert?
Yeah, we have an office, warehouse, and a small showroom in Pearland, right near Home Depot and 24 Hour Fitness. So
Oh,
we have customers who can come in, look at different samples, and try out the products.
And y'all actually bring the samples to the house. I know whenever
Yeah.
we redid our entire house, your interior designer, I don't know exactly what her title is, but she came in and she had the showroom. that we could
Exactly.
point out
I
and-
mean, that's kind of our model is
Okay.
we have design consultants who actually go
Design
to you. And we say we're bringing the showroom to you. We have these ridiculous looking, or these yellow vans that go around, with Bumblebee, but they have all of the samples and all of the product in the vans, and they bring them in, and it gives the client many different options, and they can see how it looks in their house. We highly recommend they do it during daylight hours when the sun is shining, so they can try to match. A lot of people want to match it to their maybe existing curtains or their carpet or their ceiling or for a vase even. But that's the kind of service we do, and we do go out for many customers multiple times, just because they have trouble making choices. We try to help them with
yeah.
their choices, but they're it's not always easy depending on the client.
What's the craziest thing? I think you told us one time, was it purple leopard? Did I remember that correctly?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to hear
there's
the
some
story.
crazy stuff, but the craziest stuff I can't say on air. So.
And then let me circle back to you. What is your favorite thing to install?
My favorite thing is specifically the rock speakers we use. Distributed audio is the favorite thing to me that we install. I'm more of a music person than TV. So granted, we can do whatever the client likes, but I elbow them sometimes just to get those rock speakers because they really don't want to miss those.
Right.
They're able to blend into the landscaping, or a lot of our clients have pools, so they look real nice around pools and the flower beds, and it's a good way to hide the sound. But the rock speakers are like one of our most popular products. So I would say definitely that.
So cool.
So does the pool company already have someone like you integrated in them, or once somebody is building a pool and needs you, they call you?
Well, the smart ones have us integrated already, the smart pool companies.
Okay.
But for the most part, the pool companies that don't offer those services, they've been just letting clients just find their own. That's not the best way to go because trades always need to work in sync to make it, pretty much a smooth process for the client at the end of the day. You don't want your client having to go find all these other services when you can pretty much make those seamless yourself.
Makes sense.
okay, if I'm getting ready to sell, and like I said, I think it's a hard time to stand out, what would you say would be like an easy wow factor thing to do? Something that we could market that looks really amazing, but isn't maybe costing an arm and a leg because they're not really going to use it. They're doing it for the next guy.
True.
Well, I would say just a good pre-wire, mainly for distributed audio and different options that may make the house more attractive. Your entertainment factor. I had a lot of clients before. They've moved into homes that, already had speaker systems in them. And they were like, oh, well, I've always wanted one of these.
Right.
Once you hear the music travel from different rooms, you won't listen any other way.
That's
So
cool.
true. Cost friendly?
It can be
do
cost
something like
friendly. It
that?
just depends on, what type of system you want. Granted, we have small to high end systems, so we can fit inside the client's budget for the most part.
Okay.
That's helpful. So I also see, that made me think, I see homes that maybe were built in the late 90s and have the pre-wire. Are those compatible or is that obsolete? I feel like technology changes so much.
Well, with the house doesn't really matter,
Okay.
but you will still be able to get the same technology in an older home.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I'll ask you the same thing.
Sure.
If we're getting ready to sell, what's something easy, cost-friendly we can do to really give us that wow factor?
Absolutely. I mean, when people go around house shopping, a lot of times what the homeowner does is they'll go to Home Depot or a big box store and put up cheap faux wood blinds, and that doesn't really wow somebody who's going to buy your home. What can be done, and for fairly inexpensive, and just using those front windows, which people are looking at the most when they're coming to check out your house, is ordering some shutters. And shutters are a timeless classic, and they look great in the front of a home. They offer energy efficiency much better than faux woods, and they just have a much classier look. And the warranty on shutters is, we work with multiple companies, but 25 years, and some of them transfer to the new homeowner, and the bulk of them actually do. So the new homeowner, if something happens, if their dog eats, one of the louvers, you can replace it with ease. So.
That is such a great hack, though. Only do the front ones. Get that curb appeal, and
Right.
then you can leave the card and say, "Okay, buyers,
Bumblebee
Take it from
blinds.
here.
Here
Yeah.
you go. If you want the rest of your house done.
A little
Right.
teaser, a little taste."
No.
Yeah.
I love
you
that.
figured it out what we do.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
So let's talk about entertaining during the holidays. So here we are, September, October, November, December. You have football season, you have Thanksgiving, Christmas. You're having everybody over. Let's talk about some things that they can input into their house to help with entertaining.
Well, I'm going to start with definitely have a TV that I would say that you can see from anywhere in the house.
So what size is that?
Fair, I would say for your main TV, you want at least a 75 on the
Okay.
low end.
I feel like my husband paid you before we got here.
Do you need a 75? Is he trying to get one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
we have
so-
a 75. It barely fits in our entertainment.
Definitely a 75. I just think anything less shouldn't be your primary source of entertainment, TV watching per se. The sound system, again, I'm going to keep going back to that. Anytime you can have, jingle bells playing all over the house, or,
I love it.
that's just the best. It really is. It's the best. That TV is going to just be there, but jingle bells will be all over the house.
Put on the UT game, and then you're able to walk into the other rooms and still know that we're up 14-0. Is that what you're saying?
But-
Okay, Kayla, calm
Correct,
down. Calm
but
down.
It just depends on who the other team is. It might not be that score.
It might not be that score, but
Score
you can
not
hear
here.
it all throughout,
Definitely.
even on the patio.
And you
Hear
can
the
also
cry.
hear the sound from the game on the patio and throughout the whole house. So we're able to take that same sound and play it all over the speakers as well. So you're really not missing anything while you're entertaining.
And what about you? How can we get a little bit of extra holiday cheer from Bumble Blinds?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that Bumblebee Blinds does leading up to the holidays and why we're very popular is we're in 2025, so there's not many people who are pulling down strings or lifting up shades anymore. Everything has gone towards motorization. And holidays, when you have guests come over, you want to be able to have a remote or use your Amazon Alexa or use an app on your phone to control your window shades and put them
So
up
cool.
and down.
That is cool. Okay, so that makes me think, if I'm traveling and I want my neighbors to think that I'm home, can I set it on a timer?
Absolutely. You can put it on a timer
How
or you can
cool.
operate it, from wherever you are. You can be sitting on the beach in Cancun and
Or at
operate your
Granny's
side.
house?
I didn't know we could set it on a timer.
Yes, you can set it on a timer through the app.
Through the app. Got it.
So
Done.
cool.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, great. Well, now we are going to cut to our commercial sponsor. We'll be right back. Thank you.
At Lone Star Elite Painters, they believe your home deserves to shine inside and out. Serving Magnolia, Houston, and the surrounding Texas communities, they are proud to deliver a top-tier craftsmanship on every project, whether it's transforming your home's exterior, refreshing interior spaces, or giving your cabinets a flawless new look. Their team is dedicated to the precision, quality, and care with every brushstroke, treating your home like it's their own. They believe painting is more than just color on its walls, and it's about creating a space you're proud to live in. With years of experience, a passion for excellence, and a commitment to customer satisfaction, they are the local experts you can trust to deliver elite results that last. So if you are ready to boost your home's curb appeal or transform your interior, call Lone Star Elite Painters today. Texas proud, elite results. Visit LoneStarElitePainters.com today for your free estimate.
Okay, great. And now we are back. We're talking with Jay Floyd with Charm City Entertainment and Robert Hoff with Bumblebee Blinds.
So I was thinking over the break, and I'm wondering if I bought a house and, you know, sometimes you find that like box in the closet or the cords are plugged in and nobody knows what they actually do. Can we call you and you guys can kind of do the detective legwork for us and help us figure out what goes where and how to use the system that the old people set up?
Sure. So we're able to come out, check out what's there, and then kind of compare that to what that specific client wants to do. Okay. And then we see how we can make those things connect, which is whatever way is best for the client and their budget. And we're able to take what they have and make the client happy and get them what they need.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
And for you, Robert, same thing?
Yes, it's the same thing. I mean, all of our pricing includes installation. So we go into a lot of houses that have old blinds and shades. We do remove them. That's part of the service. Because all the installation is professional, it makes sure that all of the homeowners have a manufacturer's warranty on those. So it's a lot easier than trying to order stuff or the DIY stuff. A lot of people think it's easy to install blinds and shades, or you can order them much cheaper on Amazon. And often, right after they order them on Amazon, we're out there and, they've ordered them 6 inches too short, or, the length is off. And it's highly problematic. If we do it, if we go out there and we measure it wrong, it doesn't matter because we'll rush you a new one right away.
Okay.
So
if I sell my house today, new homeowner comes in, they see the remote and they know it's Bumblebee Blinds, they can call you and you'll still service them. Perfect. Love that. Okay, so what service areas do you guys go out to? What locations?
Well, we
Cities?
pretty much work anywhere in Houston and the surrounding areas. We'll pretty much go as far as we need to for the client, but that's our main operating area, Houston and the surrounding areas.
Okay. And do you have a travel charge? Or just depending on the job?
It just really just depends on the job. We don't really have just a set travel price. It just depends on the job.
Okay.
Yeah, for us, I mean, we'll go as far as College Station, I guess, to the north, maybe Brenham to the west, Galveston to the south, and then Beaumont, I guess, to the east. Okay. So we do move around. We will not go, 2 or 3 hours out if it's 1 or 2 windows. But if somebody's looking, for a whole house, we certainly do that for both commercial and residential.
Nice.
That's great. That's helpful because that's a
We're all over the
realtor's,
place.
area
Right,
as well.
exactly.
And so it's such a relational business. Once we get to know you guys, we want to connect and use you again and again. So that's fantastic.
Do you feel like Sarah mentioned, I work with a lot of real estate agents who partner with trades like you guys to service their clients, and they often have the vendor books and Jay Floyd, Charm City Entertainment, let me give him a call, or they give it as an option to their clients. How do you guys work best with real estate agents?
With real estate agents, I mean, what we do is we let them know, about our services, and then we try to keep what we do is we give them commission.
Nice.
So if they bring us a
You
client,
hear that? They give you commissions.
Yeah. If they end up getting a sale, and most of it's between 5% and 7%. So
wow.
if it's a $10,000 sale, they get $700 potentially
awesome.
a check. No questions asked, and that's for helping us, and that incentivizes them to obviously bring us more clients. So.
Right.
That's huge. I love that. Jay?
Well, we do something similar. We offer incentives to realtors also. But for the most part, I can say all of our realtors usually just decline, and they just are really interested in making sure their client gets what they need and that they're taken care of.
As a realtor, though, creative closing gifts are huge. And so if I could partner with you and you're like, hey, I'll throw them 10% off, like we co-brand it, and I'm like, hey, first $1,000 on me, or, $100, whatever.
100,
Like,
100.
all that back. Yeah.
Consumers
zero.
only 100. Yeah.
But, there's opportunities to kind of partner in that way too. And that feels like a good, useful closing gift instead of another pair of scissors or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely. Yeah.
Sure,
Get
we
creative.
specialize in personal move-in gifts also.
Oh, awesome. So say more.
So not only do we offer the home entertainment, everything that you need for the man cave, we also have some accessories now. So we're able to pretty much produce a custom sign, the logo of your team, or if you have your own company, we can make those too, any size you need. We can make those
cool.
to accent pretty much the room. They also make great gifts from realtors. So realtors, hint, hint, if you know your client's favorite team, that's going to be a great gift, and they will not turn it down. I promise.
Love that. So a lot of times we try and think of our homes as the best asset we have, right? And so it can help swallow the pill of spending a lot of money because these are investments in your best asset. And so tell me a little bit about, if I'm thinking about, okay, I'm living in my starter home now, but I know I'm going to rent it out. What makes sense to install that's going to, hold up, stand up over time, and also add value that I can still enjoy today? Because I'm not always looking to, fix it up and then let the next person use it.
Absolutely. I hate to repeat myself, but to go back, shutters once again. Shutters increase the value of a home across the board, no questions asked. They are very hard to damage from pets, from kids, from spillage. In this area of Houston, or Southeast Texas in general, with the heat and humidity, we highly recommend the faux wood shutters. Wood shutters are great, but they can scratch and they can warp. For example, Houston's the energy capital of the world, but we still have our problems sometimes with the power going out. And what can happen if the power is out for an extended period of time is the wood shutters will start to warp with the humidity that's getting into the home. But for faux wood, which is actually cheaper than wood, it does not do that. And they are very hard to damage, and they look great. You can get them in different colors. They're quick, they're easy, and they look fantastic.
Good.
And I know you mentioned something about a warranty. So tell me more. If I lived there for a few years and then I have a tenant in the property and maybe their dog chews it up,
Right.
Is that something covered, or
Yeah,
how does that work?
That's what's kind of unique with shutters. Because of their durability, you can transfer over the warranty to the new homeowner, which is great. And homeowners love to hear that. They love the look, and it's kind of a win-win.
And did you say it's a 25-year warranty?
For some of the
them?
shutters that we sell, we
That's
work
amazing.
with about a dozen manufacturers
Okay.
for shutters, but there's about 8 of them who are 25 years, and the other ones are still 15 to 20. So
That's a long time.
And
I
that
love
gets
that
the
you're able to
kids
shop
old enough
around.
that
Yeah.
in 20 years, hopefully nobody's chewing on the blinds anymore.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back to Jay Floyd with Charm City Entertainment. So you own the business, you started it. How many crew members do you have hooking up these entertainment centers and these sound systems?
Well, we have about, I want to say 4. We have 4 guys, so pretty much we're not really ever worried about having like a shortage of hands. So we're fully staffed when it comes to that.
Okay, nice. And they work full-time 24/7? Is it 7 days a week or Monday through Friday?
We don't work 7 days a week.
Okay.
We need time to relax. We need time to not work. We need some family time. And we just need time just to handle business sometimes.
Absolutely.
So we're mainly, I want to say, a 5-day-a-week company.
Okay. And what about you, Robert?
yeah, we do operate not 24/7, but we do operate 7 days a week. And generally, we'll try to shut down the installs by around 9 p.m. I was actually in Meridiana last night at about 9 p.m. finishing up and install. So a lot of our work is kind of dependent on the client's schedule. So we do work around that. So somebody who's working, 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, or we deal with a lot of nurses or people in the medical industry. So we do go out and do installations on Sundays and evenings.
And how many crew members do you have installing?
We have
and being
3
a part?
different companies that we're using for installations, and it just kind of depends on where in the greater Houston area somebody is located on which one they'll get. And some do specialize in different types of products, such as shutters.
Okay.
One thing that we've seen is that things are cyclical. We go all gray and all white and all brown. What are the trends you're seeing now? What are customer favorites? What should we be looking for in putting in homes today?
Right now, what's really popular is what they call zebra shades. And zebra shades, they actually look like a zebra because they have stripes on them. So you can pull them up and down, and it has light filtering options as you go up and down. They come in motorized or manual. You can look at TikTok or YouTube, and you'll see a lot on there with the zebra shades. But it's basically a form of a roller shade. And overall, what's really popular is motorized roller shades because they come in every color imaginable, every type of fabric that you can imagine. They're fairly quick. They're easy. It's easy to set up the motorization to your phone, to your Alexa. The kids can operate them. That can be good or bad.
Is that good?
That could
Bad.
be
Bad if they get a hold of the remote.
Correct.
So the zebra shades, they come in different colors, or they're all one color?
No, they come in all different colors.
What's the most popular color you're seeing right now?
White and gray tend to be very
Gray
popular.
still?
Gray still.
I'm
yeah.
shocked.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And what about you, Jay? What are some trends you're seeing?
Trendy right now, and I would say when you see the big TVs, where you see like maybe 4 TVs put together, that's kind of like a trend that's going on now.
Interesting. And then they have all 4 different football games going
Right.
on in the.
Or they'll have just one big image.
Is that in their man cave or their living room?
It tends to be in man caves, never a living room, but definitely man caves.
Interesting.
But the downside to that, I would stay away from that simply because down the line, your TVs the picture quality is gonna change on all of them. So those same 4 TVs you started with, one may end up darker. The color just may be completely different on another one. And then when you go to get that fixed down the line, you have to have those specific models. So it's going to be hard to find a specific model of TV that came out years ago as fast as the technology is moving.
Makes
So
sense.
I would stay away from that. The big screen TVs with the 4 images, and I would stay away from those trends.
So you're saying that's a trend, but you might not want to lean towards it because of the long-term effects that it would have. So that brings up a good point. What should these consumers stay away from?
I think in our business, what they should stay away from is just the DIY in general. If they're so insistent that they do want to do the DIY, we highly recommend that they have an installer, a professional installer, come out and do the measurements because every product is made differently. There's different deductions done on the products. If you try and do it yourself with an old-fashioned measuring tape and order it off Amazon, the chances are extremely high that it's going to arrive incorrectly.
And they don't think it's going to affect the house because they're living in it. But when they go to sell the house, that's when all these DIY projects come to light. And then the new purchaser is like,
No.
you did that yourself. That's not professionally done.
It
Yeah.
shows.
And they're not going to get a warranty on it either.
Right.
Ordering off Amazon or going into Home Depot
Great
and
point.
buying blinds and putting them up.
So do you have anything else besides the TVs all connected together that consumers should stay away
I
from?
would say in general, try to do less DIY as possible in our space because you could not only could you install something that's not professional to the next buyer, but you can fall through the ceiling, you can hurt yourself, all kinds of stuff I wouldn't recommend behind doing some DIY stuff that you should just hire a professional for.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask a couple money questions because I know
Sure.
shutters in particular are so expensive. I recently priced them out and I was like, maybe that's a next year thing. But tell me, how can we get them today? Or what are some options we have to make that, investment feel a little more palatable?
Sure. Well, the first thing I would recommend you price them out through Bumblebee Blinds.
Okay.
But secondly, one of the things that we do is we offer financing through our customers, and it's fairly popular. Probably about 40% of our current clients are using it. And we have up to 25 months interest-free through Synchrony, and we also use Advantual, and we do 12 months interest-free through them. So it gives the clients, more options to purchase what they want, as opposed to just, getting what they can afford at that time.
25 months interest-free is excellent.
Huge.
So that's helpful. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. And if you are a new purchaser going into, you find a home you like and you want to make an offer, but you notice they don't have any window treatments and you want to try to get those in before you move in. Do you do that when they're under contract? And
Yes,
then what does that payment look like?
Absolutely. Generally, what we do is we take a deposit up front, either 50 or 70%, and then the balance is paid, upon completion, and the customer is happy with everything that's been done.
When your home is damaged by fire or water, it's more than just physical. It's personal. That's where Renew Medic steps in to make the process a little easier. They understand how stressful it is when your kitchen is disrupted. That's why their cabinet restoration process is built to be fast, safe, and minimally invasive. They remove damaged cabinetry fast so you can get back to normal sooner, support your countertop so you can still use your sink, dishwasher, or cooktop, and work efficiently to bring everything back to how it was. Whether they're restoring custom or standard cabinets, refinishing surfaces, or matching finishes and color, their goal is simple: to help you feel at home again as quickly as possible. You shouldn't have to face this kind of disruption alone, and with Renew Medic, you don't have to. They are here to help you rebuild one cabinet at a time.
Welcome back. We are in our final segment hearing about Charm City Entertainment and Bumblebee Blinds. And before we depart, we have to ask, what is one more thing we should know or be telling people? Don't do, hit us with something we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, I'll start out, Jay. One of the things that we see, especially this time of year leading up until about November, is man caves becoming really popular. And this is basically the one room where men are predominantly making the decision on the window treatments. And what they can do is talk to their significant other and try to match the man cave with the rest of the house. They don't always do that. We do recommend it, but it's generally blackout roller shades that go in that man cave. So when Jay installs that TV, there's no sunlight coming in there to be able to block that view or to create a glare.
They want the big TV with the gaming system and the blackout shades, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And
All
those
right.
are becoming more and more popular.
Wow.
Especially with the motorization option. So you can have your beverage and you can sit on the couch and you don't have to physically walk over and, push a shade up or twist something. You just push the remote or the button on your phone and
I
you're
don't know
all
if
good.
that's a good thing or a bad thing, the convenience we have nowadays.
No comment on that.
No comment on that. Love that. Jay, any last thoughts?
I just want to say, make sure you hire a professional. It's too many things that you have to know to go into someone's home and drill, cut holes, walk on unfinished surfaces. It's just too many things that could go wrong. You have plumbing, you have electrical. You have to be familiar with these things, and you should be a professional. We want to get rid of having those TVs on the walls with extension cords in the wall. That's a fire hazard. Just hire a professional, not your uncle, not your cousin. Hire a professional. It's much cheaper to do it right the first time than having someone install it for you, and now you have to call a plumber. After you call the plumber, you have to call the sheetrock man, and then it's going to need to be painted. Just hire a professional.
Love that. Hire a professional. And these two men, they truly are wealth of knowledge in the industry, professionals. They are reliable. Their communication is the best around. So if you're needing Jay Floyd with Charm City Entertainment or Robert Haas with Bumblebee Blinds, we will make sure you have their contact information. But it's been a pleasure speaking with you guys today. So much fun. And thanks for listening today, you guys. This has been Housing Houston, and I am Kayla Ewald with First American Title.
Thanks for having me. This is Sarah Lerner with Real Best Property Management.
Until next time.
See you next time.